Sorry, Cat from Thailand. Hope you're doing well. True Blue Tie here from Thailand. It's 1 Jan here in Thailand, which is Monday, and so we're here for a brand new week of football. For instance, to find out what what's happening with Manchester City and what's going to happen this week. I expect a busy week. City, I expect 2 signings to go through this week. With Chersky and Ryan, just near enough done, I believe. I'm expecting the here we goes from Fabrizio, for instance, and we get the first 2 on the first 2 names on the park, etc., which is great, and it's just in time for the World Cup, like Khalduna Mubarak was promised, and great, and so it's going to be an interesting week, I expect. Day 2 of the transfer window, which is open very long, and so for instance, we'll sit and see what happens. Okay, so for instance, let's talk about what's happened in the last 24 hours. There was rumours about the Gibbs White transfer, which is more like it was more too expensive for Manchester City. That, for instance, we can do better. So it's kind of like it's kind of slowed down about that. I think basically, for instance, Forest White is 100 million for him originally. For instance, then I think he was talking about 70, but and again, for instance, it was a lot of money for this guy, and so I think there's the kind of like can we do better, for instance, and I want to see, for instance. I think the club are kind of like holding fire and say, well, can we do better with a new player? Bit noisy around here at the moment. Kids off school, 2 days of holidays, public holidays. Not quite sure about this one, which one it is. Kids off school from the 2nd to the 6th, which is weird because they've only just gone back, so it's midterm. So honestly, he literally just gone back to school. They've had Anyway, so it's hilarious. But best thing about Thailand is the shops are still open, and they're open. They're still open. Nothing, restaurants and shops and are still open as normal. So it's great. It's great that. Right. Okay. So John Stones appears that he has joined England in Spain to continue his rehabilitation from injury and has been confirmed. Okay, welcome back, John. He's linked away with the Toffees, but nothing as absolutely concrete at the moment. Manchester City, well, Richie, I think we do this every year anyway, so this is no surprise. We release a new kit. As is the year of the horse this year. It's the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the horse. I've been in Thailand, etc. It's a massive thing in China because you got a lot of Thai Chinese, especially where I live. They like firecrackers and all kinds of stuff, and Chinese New Year's is very popular, and we have a lot of Chinese restaurants and a lot of Chinese visitors. Going down a bit at the moment, etc. But still. For instance, we still have a lot of Chinese people, for instance, and they don't have to get ripped off. I'm telling you right now. But it appears that it's the Chinese lunar. It's the year of horse celebrating a lunar kit. So I think the lunar kit looks to be orange. Now, just a green kit to come out with raindrops on it. So it's amazing. So we got the blue striped kit for 25 and 26 season, and then we got another striped kit which looks dusty, because of all the marks on it. It doesn't appeal to me at the moment because I think it looks dusty, it looks dirty. For instance, so like one of these kits here, where we just hang it up for outside for or where I am, for instance, for a while. And then you've got the what's it called? And then we've got the black kit, which looks amazing. And that's definitely on my agenda. The 1890 of neighbour. And then you've got, for instance, a green kit with the raindrop, which I'm a little bit okay. I need to have a look at it. For instance, and then now we've got the Lunar Year kit, and we were talking about bringing kits in for they were talking about bringing kits in for instance, the Club World Cup, but I don't know. But just too many kits. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so what kit are you buying? You know, now. So but here we can get kits quite cheaply, for instance, and it is. I do feel, for instance, and I don't like to cheat the club. I think it's all about people. For instance, some people don't want to do it, and some people do want to do it, buy a cheaper kit, for instance. But unfortunately, the price of the kits are too expensive. You talk about £100 a time. So, for instance, in here I can get them a lot cheaper. For instance, in Thailand, replicates, and they're not as good. Of course, they're not as good. I think I bought this one. This one. This was a couple of years ago, for instance, but it's fine. It's fine. Absolutely fine. Am I cheating the club? Possibly, but we can't afford. A lot of people can't afford to buy kits. 4 and 5, 6 kits a season. You know, like come on. You know, and so we're only real. You know, my God. You know. Anyway, so. Right, okay, so Ruben Diaz has been talking, and for instance, about the Club World Cup, and which is interesting. How I think, for instance, he's kind of like talked about a few about the Club World Cup and. Los Angeles FC has completed the FIFA World Cup lineup. So welcome. I thought it was already complete. So I don't know. The lineup for the upcoming FIFA World Cup is now complete. Los Angeles FC of the MLS will become the 32nd team and the final team to earn a spot in the summer's. My God, leaving it a bit late, aren't they? After a goalless first half, Mexican giant club America took the lead. With Brian Rodriguez scoring on the 64th minute. So welcome to them. But as I said, like Ruben Diaz has been talking about the Club World Cup, and let me just get some of his comments. Okay, because it's all leading up to it now. I think there's a certain degree of people have kind of like coming around to it a little bit more. I think as the time goes on and people are more, for instance, it's a bit, more starved and will want to watch football. And once the game starts, I know the Brits are already moaning about, for instance, a game starting at 5 o'clock in the morning. Like my God, look at me! Every time I'm at 8 p.m. kickoff, it's a 2 a.m. kickoff for me. So I'm up at 2 a.m. So watching the football. So it's not you just do it one time and moaning. So so leave it. For instance. So firstly adapted into the 32 team month-long festival this year, inaugurating an addition to the new format. I think he's watching. This time around we're in one of 8 groups, 4 alongside with Wydad, AC, Al, and Juventus, and 4 of the sides competing for the right to play in the round 16. I think it will all be explained as it goes on. But I just think it's going to be a great tournament. I'm really looking forward to it, and I wish people, for instance, would get especially in the West, or actually in Europe, etc., get on board with that, because I think it's not what we won't be just a normal. I don't think it'll just be a normal tournament. For instance, it's going to be the South American teams are well up for it because it's their Champions League. So it's going to be interesting. So, City will play their maiden matches against both Moroccan side, Well Dad AC and UAE based side Al Hin before meeting familiar foe of Juventus in the group stage of the competition, with sides in 6 formats. So Diaz is It's exciting to play the prospects of this competition. We've been to America before in pre-season and had felt the warmth. The beginning in his interview, it was always a special moment. We played in front of our fans because our fan base is getting huge now in America. We've had a taste of it playing for our national teams, but we featured because of the different spaces, and you get involved in the whole year. City reached the FIFA World Cup in 2023 the Champions League success after years of sustained success from Pep Guardiola. But no, Diaz believes that this sells a powerful message. I think football unites the world. It's a collective sport and it brings people together. And it's a very, very good example of life in many ways. Working as a team, I want to be a champion. You need to understand the values of friendship and respect when someone's fighting beside you. Okay, you have to learn how to be disappointed, how to lose. Football is a perfect example in life. It is an easy game to. It isn't. It's an easy game to play. You just need the ball and some goals. That's happiness. Right. Okay. So okay, you understand. But no, I think it's going to be a good. I think it's going to be a good tournament. So, for instance, I'm really looking forward to it. I just want to pop on to a guy, a City fan who died. I just want to pay my respects. I've seen him on Ian Cheeseman's channel quite a lot, and I've seen him at the Etihad myself personally. What's it called? And Scotland guy, what's it called? But he appears as a loyal blue. I never spoke to him, but I just want to pay my respect. I think it's called Craig Vincent Shannon, or Shez, they used to call him, and he's passed on. I don't know why he died. He's a young man, for instance, who was born 1992 and died on the first yesterday. So why I don't know. What's it called? But it was a lot of people actually sending out their condolences to him. So it's like, oh, a Pope is a Pope. Yeah, really nice guy, really nice. And but a top blue, but he's gone. Why? But it'd be sadly missed. And it's a shame. Yeah, he used to go every single game, so I'm sure we'll hear more about him. But Shez, if you're listening, and rest in peace, my friend. And another a City fan leaving us too early. And as I see many times, it just shows you the importance of life and taking care of yourself and looking after yourself. And yeah, because you never know where to go when it'll end. And yeah, so your mental health and physical health mega important. So, so care, Shez, and all the best. Sorry, rest in peace, Shez. And yeah, to his family and friends. Yeah, so take care. Sorry, take care. All the rest in peace. Sorry, I just don't know what to say. Yeah, but no, it's going to be an interesting week. Again, for instance, the transfer window is if we get these two players through, are we going for the Wolves guy, Anua? I think a lot of people, for instance, want that to happen. For instance, I think a lot of City fans, because we need a left, right, right back. I think it'll go toward the way we're going to play in the future. Yeah, so it's excited to see how we're going to play in this new season, and with new Pep and Pep beside each other, and so yeah. Again, for instance, it's see what's happening. There was rumours that Liverpool were after Chertsky as well. We can't just keep what is it? Trying to steal our players. Anyway, guys, I am going to Libya and leave you. So I think it's only shot one today. But yeah, so I think let's just keep an eye and find out what's going to happen with City over the next 24 hours. We've got the European Cup with the ladies as well. I think it's going to be good. Yeah, we'll see what this week brings us in the land of Manchester City. Anyway, guys, I love you, leave you. True Blue Tie from Thailand. Take care.